CloudJumper's Cloud Workspace Management Suite, known as CWMS, is a SaaS-based RDS management and automation platform. It deploys and manages RDS workloads across multiple clouds, including Azure, Google Compute, and VMware on AWS, as well as private clouds running on Hyper-V or VMware. Inside any of these environments, CWMS builds a software-defined data center, or SDDC. At a minimum, the roles required to run an SDDC include the CW Manager, an RDS Gateway, an HTML5 Gateway, and Active Directory, either in the form of Azure Active Directory Domain Services or a hosted domain controller. These are commonly referred to as the platform server or servers. In smaller environments, all of these roles can be hosted on a single virtual machine. Once the platform has been deployed, which is an automated process in both Azure and Google Compute, CWMS can be used to deploy environments as simple as a single terminal server to as complex as dozens of terminal servers with VDI users, data servers, application servers, and database servers. For larger deployments, the platform roles can be split and hosted on dedicated virtual machines. Azure Active Directory can still be used, or dedicated domain controllers can be deployed. There is also automation built in to create additional load-balanced RDS gateways and/or HTML5 gateways. As the number of users grows, the environment should grow with it, increasing the number of RDS servers working in a load-balanced manner to support any number of users. When multiple RDS servers are deployed, CloudJumper's live scaling feature can automate the up and down time of these servers and reduce the cost for these RDS workloads by about half, without having any impact on user experience. In addition to shared session hosts, CWMS also natively supports VDI users, where each user is dedicated to a single virtual machine. In Azure, these machines can even run Windows 10 instead of a server operating system. CWMS even supports a mixed environment where some users are assigned to shared RDS servers while other users have dedicated VDI machines. For service providers who wish to efficiently manage multiple RDS customers, CWMS can natively manage a multi-tenant environment. With this advanced option, service providers can share the platform server, RDS gateway, HTML5 gateway, and domain controllers across multiple customers. Each tenant runs on dedicated VMs, and CWMS automatically manages security permissions and tenant isolation so that these users can work in the same platform without risk of cross-contamination or resource competition. This is an excellent option for lower-cost deployments where Active Directory Federation and/or Azure AD is not required, as each tenant has a dedicated OU inside a shared Active Directory, which limits external integration options. It is generally recommended that service providers maintain one multi-tenant environment for their smaller and simpler clients, as well as offer dedicated single-tenant environments for the customers whose size or needs justify the overhead cost of dedicated platform servers. Finally, these automated deployments, as well as the gained management efficiency, can be centrally delivered in the CWMS portal across any number of SDDCs, across any number of data center locations, and across any number of infrastructure providers. In addition to these automated deployments, CWMS has features for user and password management, security groups and folder permissions, native Azure and Google backup configuration, workload scheduling and live scaling for optimized resource utilization, and a robust automation engine that makes managing systems and applications across hundreds or thousands of servers fully automated. Now we'll jump into the automated Azure deployment tool to see how easy it is to deploy your first SDDC. The following is an actual SDDC deployment. The deployment starts in the Microsoft Partner Portal, where we are creating a new customer account. If the customer's Azure tenant already exists, CWA Setup can deploy using either the CSP's Microsoft account with delegated admin permissions or the tenant's Microsoft account that has the global administrator role in the target tenant. Next, we are going to add a subscription to the tenant for Microsoft Azure. For existing tenants, we should still add a new subscription alongside any existing subscriptions. Using a separate subscription allows you to isolate the costs related to this deployment and report on them independently. With those prerequisite steps completed, we can now move on to the CWA Setup tool. You'll log in using either the target tenant's Microsoft account, or if you're doing this through your CSP, the guest account to which we've just given tenant and subscription permissions. Then we'll select the customer in question and initialize their account in CWA Setup. If you've been moving very quickly, there's a chance the Azure permissions have not yet propagated throughout all systems, and you may get an error when clicking Initialize Cloud Workspace. In this situation, simply wait a minute or two and click the button again. Now, we're ready to work through the wizard, starting with picking the Azure region. Next, you'll define the local admin account, a SQL SA password, an SMTP account for sending email notifications from CWMS, and finally, one or more Level 3 domain admin accounts for your top-tier engineers to use when configuring and troubleshooting the most advanced issues. On the Domains page, we will select between Azure Active Directory and an internally hosted domain controller, as well as choose to keep the default and automatically configured SSL certificate configuration. A custom URL can be defined but requires you to obtain a wildcard SSL certificate for that domain. On the Virtual Machines page, we will select either a single platform server or multiple platform servers, depending on the expected size of this environment. We'll also select the operating system for the platform servers and the time zone. On the next page, we'll enter your SPLA number and choose whether or not to activate ThinPrint. The final step is to review and validate the configuration. The validation will confirm that the settings we selected don't have any inherent errors. While running, you can check the status of this validation by clicking Status. The validation process takes 1 to 2 minutes. Once validated, the Provision button will appear, and when clicked, the CWA Setup tool will kick off a series of automated steps to build this environment from the ground up. Once deployed, CWMS will manage this tenant and any others from a central web console. For more information, find us at www.cloudjumper.com.